Right, we've got an F rating now. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. I can't help but feel that Delia would never have given us this, but you have to deal with the cards that you dealt with, and today is literally make or break. Hello everyone and welcome to what could very well be the final episode of Norwich City bouncing back. It's the day of the Euro Cup 2 final against Eintracht Frankfurt, and if we don't win it, then, well, I think we're probably going to get sacked. I'd say there's about a 70% chance we're going to get sacked. That might be being a little bit optimistic. As you can see there, manager performance, F. I don't think I've ever had an F. That's really bad. The thing is, everything else is fine. The only thing we failed is qualify for Euro Cup, the Europa League through the Premier League. That's it. That's the only thing we failed. Everything else, we've passed. Of course, this is the one season that they've actually expected us to qualify for the Europa League, and we haven't done it. This was inevitable. The one time that they actually want us to do it, we don't exceed their expectations, and they decided, you know what? Then we're going to sack him. We also won the League Cup as well. We won the League Cup, which is the first season that they've decided it's not important. So really this is their fault. They've brought this on themselves. But it will be alright. If we win the game today, then we'll qualify for the Europa League, which is what they want, and therefore we'll be fine. Just to clear up the results since last time, we obviously lost at home to Aston Villa. I don't know particularly how. Again, it was an even game, but well, I do know how. It was Ethan Ampadu's fault. He was completely awful. Again, Dominic Solanke as well didn't even bother to score a goal, so that was why. We did sort of get a bit more faith from them, because we did manage to just about beat Sheffield United though on the final day of the season. Chris Mepham scoring literally from a corner with pretty much the last kick of the game in the 95th minute. We went defensive immediately. They then still had a corner themselves which hit the post, so we got very lucky, but we got 3 points. And that then meant this was the final Premier League table. As you can see, they're Liverpool champions again, but they only did it on the final day ahead of Man City this time. Arsenal, they've been the biggest problem, because Arsenal have been rubbish all save. They've suddenly now recovered under the stewardship of Filippo Inzaghi, and they're back at their best. They're up to 5th, and so that's kind of caused us issues. Brighton have finished in 6th and qualified for the Europa League again. 70 points is what was needed to do that, which we have never managed. The most we've ever got is 67, and this year we finished with 60 points, which is actually only 3 points down on what we've done the last 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons, it has been enough to qualify for, well, Euro Cup 2 last year and then the Europa League the year before, which just shows you other teams have improved, have had really good seasons, whereas we have not. We have gone backwards in terms of points, but it's only 3 points. That's not the end of the world. But because everyone else has done so well, we are now in 9th. We've finished in 9th, behind Sheffield United, Aston Villa and Brighton. Above Spurs still, that's good, I suppose. And Leicester and Everton, they've fallen well away. But, yeah, not ideal. Now, we've got some more good news going into the most important game of our entire managerial career so far. And that is that, in addition to Todd Cantwell, he's, of course, out injured from last time. Well, Dele Alli is out injured as well for 2 weeks, which is great news. But the most important, the most devastating and potentially job costing, Marcus Edwards, who has been really our only attacking player this season who's done anything, he is out injured as well. He got injured in training. I rested him, I made sure he was fine, just randomly got injured in training. Of course he did. Perfect timing, 7 goals, 6 assists. He has been integral to our very limited success this year. We're going to have to see if we can win this without him. Right, here we go. This is the team that's gonna have to get us through and keep our job. It's not an 11 that really inspires much confidence from me, so well, there we go. Dean Henderson is going to be in goal. He's here. He's got 14 clean sheets in the end. I've just not been impressed with him at all. The defence is going to be Jamal Lewis, Ethan Ampadu, Chris Mepham and Max Aarons. Ethan Ampadu is not a man I have any faith in at all. He has to play by virtue of the fact that both Ben Gibson and James Tarkowski, their pace and just general ability has completely collapsed. So he's at least vaguely competent, I hope. Midfield is going to be Lewis Cook, Hamza Chowdhury and James Maddison. They've done more or less all right this season. Maddison has been the star. We need his set pieces to be perfect today. The wings, oh dear, Reece Nelson is going to play. I would have played Ali, but he's injured. Cantwell is injured as well, of course, so Nelson's going to have to play. He's been more or less a waste of money. 2 goals, 2 assists, 6.63 average rating. We paid 28 million for him. I would say that wasn't worth it. In fact, let's just literally tell him how bad he is. Play better. Right hand side, Emi Buendia, not been his best season ever. He's not been called up for the World Cup either. Max Aarons has been called up for the World Cup, and Dean Henderson, so well done to those two. But Buendia is going to have to play in the absence of Edwards. That's the one I really don't want to do. And then the other issue is striker, because I don't know. Dominic Solanke is actually our top goal scorer this season. He's done okay, but his form recently is very, very poor. I can't trust Adam for this one. So I'm going to play Murray McCunny. That's probably a risk, but we're going to do it from the start. Solanke can come off the bench if needs be. So this is it. Here we go. There's no going back now. This is it. Win this game, everything is absolutely fine. Lose it, and then we've got to have a very painful board meeting that we're going to have to be on top form for. I reckon it'll be fine. We should be able to persuade them because of everything. But, well, it's still going to be difficult. I mean, I've said this last time, but we should not be being sacked for finishing 9th, winning the League Cup and qualifying for Euro Cup 2 at the very least and getting to the final of Euro Cup 2 this season. That's not really sackable, is it? After everything we've done? I don't know. Right, let's try and motivate him as much as possible. I mean, going to pump the fists, and I expect to win tonight. Chowdhury is the only one that cares. We need him to care. He's the engine of the team. Everyone else, we've got them as motivated as possible. Dean Henderson's composed. I suppose that's a good thing. Let's just go into it. We've got to do it. Eintracht Frankfurt are a team who are not doing particularly well this season in the Bundesliga. We should be considered favourites for this, but they've got some decent players. Aaron Martin at left back concerns me. He is pretty good, but there we are, leading the teams out here for an absolutely huge game. I think, as with literally every game of football ever, if we can go 3-0 up, we'll be fine. Corner early on, Maddison, Mepham, what a start that is. It's gone in off McCunny. Murray McCunny, one of our brightest regen prospects, has given us the lead here. I mean, what did we say? Set piece from Maddison, that's exactly what we need. Mepham knocks it on. McCunny, it wasn't going in. He provides the finishing touch to give us a vital goal. Right, that's a bit of a nerve settler, but then, well, there's a lot of football left to play. Here they come. I've not switched the sort of passing around a little bit in response to our goal. That was incredibly weirdly animated highlight. It went over. They all looked like robots there. That was very odd. Right, Jamal Lewis, he's on the throws, which is obviously always a risk. Nelson knocks it down, looking for McCunny. It's been given away though, and Frankfurt now looking to come forwards for an equaliser. 20 minutes gone, still plenty of time to play. Martin, the danger man on the left-hand side, is a fantastic fullback. Buendia is trying to stop him. It's been given back. The ball's bouncing all over the place. We've managed to clear it. It's Ethan Ampadu, of all people, who's actually managed to get the ball away from goal. Another chance. Max Aarons with the throw this time. He's also found a teammate. I'm shocked. Buendia, it's bounced kindly for Chowdhury to hit the shot. It's bounced back for Buendia. Is he going to take it on? Yes, he is. And from that kind of position, his finishing isn't amazing, but from that kind of position, he is not going to miss. 10th of the season for Emiliano Buendia, and we are 2-0 up. Massive amounts of luck here. Buendia does well. Santos' tackle is unfortunate. It goes to Chowdhury. The bounce comes back to him, and then Buendia. It's a rocket of a shot from Buendia. 2-0. I'm not happy with 2 though. 2 is never enough. 2 is never ever enough because of our capacity to throw everything away. Santa Maria to Gil. They've got some dangerous players. Lots of Tifo recommendations in this team. Bella Kotchap, we're looking relatively well set to strike here. I just hope Ampadu is on good form. It's a good header from Lewis. McCunny tries to get it away, but he's given it away. It's a poor pass. Poor pass from the youngster. Mepham slides in. Gonzalez gets the shot away, but Dean Henderson is alive to it. Another set piece. James Maddison with the corner in. Not a corner, it's a free kick. I can't even describe the events that are happening accurately. We don't score from it, but we don't lose possession yet, although we are going all the way back to Henderson. We're taking our time here. We're looking a little bit better set. Is this going to be stupid? Henderson has given it away. It is very stupid. The press came in from them. It was a good press, and Dean Henderson, being the generally useless person that he is, has indeed given the ball away. Gonzalez back to Aaron Martin. a goal before half-time will change the game. It's not a good header. And that is half-time. Lots of action in the first half, but a bit too much action for my liking. Very pleased with the performance. If we can go 3-0 up, then I think we'll be all right. 2-0, we love throwing it away. And once again, Frankfurt, they've had plenty of chances. We've done nothing except from set pieces as Santos puts a shot in. Henderson is alive to it, though. We look to break. Nelson knocks it on straight back to them, though. And they've had so many opportunities. You think at some point they're gonna score. Mepham reads that well. Can we now break a third? And I think we're looking good. Buendia, beautiful crossfield ball to Nelson. I'm shocked that came off, but it did. Reece Nelson cuts inside Maddison. It's bounced kindly again, and Buendia nearly finishes off the move he started, but it's a good save from Hansen. Right, I am going just to drop these down a little bit, just for sort of the next stage of play, because they're getting quite a lot of opportunities. They've actually had more possession than us. Right, 70 minutes gone. I think it's time for a change. Reece Nelson has, and this is going to shock no one, not been very good. I mean, we could bring Aaron Hitchman on. It's such a huge game. I'm actually going to put Solanke on the left-hand side. He did do quite well on when he does get put on the wings. So maybe today. And McCunny, of course, has scored, so we don't want to take him off. Right, time is ticking away here. Buendia is looking a bit tired. We could freshen that up. Lewis Cook's not having a particularly good game either. Chowdhury's getting tired. We're into injury time though, and we've got a free kick. Maddison to make it 3, he pulls it back, edge of the area. Solanke, give and go between them. Maddison across. Chris Mepham is there. It's his 10th of the season. It's 3-0. Every one of his goals has been a header apart from that one. It's a beautiful finish from the Welshman. What a routine this was. Maddison pulls it back to Solanke, gets it back again, changes the angle with a little run in, and it's a beautiful finish from Chris Mepham. And I don't think we need to go to the defensive tactic, because I think we've managed to do it. And there we go. Well, they had plenty of opportunities. Dean Henderson played well, and we were clinical from our set pieces when we needed to be. Thank God James Maddison decided to actually play well this season. He was pretty much the standout player, and I hope he wins Player of the Year. We'll see that in a minute. But there we go. We've won Euro Cup too. We've won a double, people. We've won a double. We won the League Cup. We won Euro Cup too. We won 4 trophies as Norwich City manager, more than any Norwich City manager in history. And yet, I hope this is enough to get them to not sack us. This means we qualify for the Europa League. So therefore, logically, they can't sack us, right? Surely not. It's exactly what we needed to do. They actually had lots of opportunities, to be honest. They had more possession than us. They had as many clear-cut chances as us, but we were just, for once, clinical. The players stepped up when the time required it. McCunny scored. That bodes well for next season. He may well be our starting striker. 18 composure is lovely. If he had slightly quicker pace and maybe better passing, his heading is 14 as well. That's really good. He's going to be my starting striker next season. He's looking very nice indeed. Maddison was absolutely vital. Mepham, a rock at the back. Ampadu actually played well for once, as did Dean Henderson. I'm still getting a new centre-back and maybe even a new goalkeeper if need be. Buendia scored, but again, Nelson's been so bad. I think we need a winger from both sides, really, if we're honest. But anyway, the job's been done. We've done exactly what we needed to do, and thank God you've saved my job, boys. I hope you have anyway. I hope you have. I mean, can you imagine if they actually sack us now after winning 2 trophies? Anyway, we've won a double. We've won this. Iconic Grant builds a Norwich legacy. I've cemented my status as an iconic figure at Norwich after clinching Euro Cup 2 in winning his 4th trophy at the club, which has spanned 6 years. Grant has ensured a legacy which will live long in the memory, but one which may also not yet be complete. Right, well, I mean, let's just check this. Is it in writing? We're not in favour personnel anymore. Are we there? We are. We're in icons. We've made it. We're in icons. We're finally there. And if we're in icons, well, surely they cannot sack us now, right? Surely they can't. The board are pleased with the win. They're pleased. They're good. That's good. That's what we want. Chris Mepham wins man of the match. I mean, are we 20 million for that? 20 million's not bad for that. 2.3 million for that as well. We love it. And that's the most important thing of all. We've qualified for the Euro Cup next season. We're in the Europa League. And let's just check this. C+, stable. We've done it. They're not going to sack us yet. Apparently the Brighton manager was watching today because he wants to sign James Maddison. That is absolutely not happening. He's our only really good attacking player. That's not happening at all. So right, there we go. Well, season review. That was one of the most stressful things ever. At least, and we scored so early. If we hadn't done that, it would have been a long, drawn out thing. I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Season review. We've won 2 trophies this season. That's fantastic. That is brilliant. I mean, we'll just go through these. Henderson, in the end, he's got a 6.98. It's not absolutely atrocious. I think maybe it's not necessarily him. Maybe it's the centre-backs in front of him. Reece Nelson has been a complete disaster. And if we can make any money on him, I might well do that. If we can find some better options to bring in. Solanke, he's done okay. 14 goals isn't horrendous, but it's not amazing considering what we paid for him, potentially up to 39 million. I mean, he's not been worth that at all. Definitely some improvements need to be made. That is the biggest issue, I think. The tactic has overall been okay. I think really the issues we've had as Euro Cup 2 has undoubtedly been the standout. Yeah, we go here. The issues we've really had have been, yes, there's been some game management issues. There have been, I mean, we'll just quickly go through this. There's been a lot of matches. Brentford was one. Watford, well, we didn't score in that one, but still, we should really have done that. Spurs, West Brom, and Everton all in a row there. Arsenal was one. All of those matches were matches that we were winning, that we should have won, and then we threw away late on. So there's game management issues. But then, the dodgy early results against West Brom didn't really set the tone for the season. The biggest issue for me, though, I think, is actually just personnel. The players just aren't very good. And obviously we're limited by what we can sign, with the rules of the challenge. But ultimately, I think a lot of players just haven't been good enough. There's definitely some things we can tweak. I think maybe some roles, certain instructions might be what we need to do. And if things are going wrong early on next season, then we're going to have to just completely rip it up. But I do think overall, with some improvements to the squad and a little bit better luck, we would have done a bit better. Some good wins though. All the highlights have been from Euro Cup 2. We were great in that one. That was absolutely fine. Competition prize money is horrendously down on last year. Obviously we weren't in the Champions League this year, whereas we were last season, and finishing well down from what we normally do. But the new stadium expansion, of course, means we get more matchday and commercial revenue, more sponsorship as well. It's nice. Quite a lot of shirts sold as well. I mean, Maddison doing well there. I mean, this is a lot of players I might want to get rid of. Ampadu is in there as well, despite being awful. And that's the team of the season. I mean, you can see from the ratings there that, I mean, quite a few players over a 7. Maddison's done really well. Mepham's been brilliant. Both of the fullbacks have had really quite solid seasons, generally speaking. And actually, Chowdhury, Cook, even Ampadu, and Henderson and Edwards just below a 6. Solanke on a 6.9. Reece Nelson has been the biggest issue really from that, based on that one. And for me, it's both wings. Marcus Edwards is the only reliable source of goals from the wings. Buendia's okay, but he's not really ideally suited for it. He's also nearly 30, so if we can get a bit more money for him, I think we probably will. I think going into the summer, centre-back is clearly an issue. I mean, Gibson's leaving anyway, and Tarkowski he's past it really, so we need 2 centre-backs. Midfield, I think, is maybe okay. Harry Winks is perhaps the most expendable one, and maybe we'll look to get someone else in if there's anyone available. But I think centre-back and otherwise the bulk of the money is wingers. We need to get in some good wingers, and I think really what we need to focus on is wingers who can actually score, wingers with good finishing and good dribbling, because we don't have that apart from Edwards really. But anyway, player of the season, it's gone to Chris Mepham. It was going to be either him or Maddison. I think I would have personally picked Maddison, but Mepham has been incredibly solid as well. McConnie gets Young Player of the Season. He is going to be hopefully a star for us next year. Dean Henderson gets Signing of the Season. I mean, no comment on that one. No comment. Reece Nelson, despite being awful, does get Goal of the Season. That was, I assume, for his fantastic effort a couple of episodes ago. Solanke, top goal scorer with 8 goals in the league. That is truly awful. The days of Adam banging in 20 goals, that's long. If we had a striker that could score reliably, because that's not really a tactical thing. Adam Eder in this tactic consistently scored 20 goals a season for like 4 years. He suddenly just stopped. Hopefully McConnie can step up to the plate. Hopefully Adam can maybe find some form again, and maybe Solanke can. it's I don't know. It's just that's been a weird one. And actually, as much as I've criticised Dean Henderson, actually I get this is partly a Euro Cup 2 thing, but he's got 26 clean sheets. That's apparently a record. He's broken Nick Pope's record. So, well, maybe we won't be getting a goalkeeper. Maybe that's not the highest of priorities. But there we go. The Canaries suffered a disappointing campaign, finishing shy of their pre-season expectations, thanks largely to a poor run of form around September. Yes. So we tried the new tactic then. It didn't work. So I don't know. I think we'll take what we got. The cups have kept us in the job, and we'll see what we can do over the summer and see if we can just have a better season next year. That would be good. Overall, best 11 is there. Has anyone actually gone in? Because Aarons, Lewis, Cantwell, and Eder are all in there. It says it's a golden generation for the club. I like that in the overall team 11. I mean, Adam has barely played this year. Barely played at all. 2 goals in the league, 5 overall. When you consider how good he was a few years ago, I don't know what really has happened to him. He just seems to have stopped scoring. Not going anywhere though. We'll keep him. I'm content with all 3 strikers. If someone wants to buy Solanke, they can buy Solanke, but otherwise, that's not a priority for me there. But there's the rest of the overall 11. Not too bad. And yeah, we've survived 6 years. We've managed to survive this season against expectation. We are still here. Maddison wins Euro Cup 2 Player of the Season. Very well deserved. He has been a star for us this season. Yeah, it's a relief more than anything. What do the board want next season? This is critical. What do they want? They want us to qualify for the Euro Cup. They want us to qualify for the Europa League. Right. Okay. And then longer term, they do want us to qualify for the Champions League, which, to be fair, we should be doing. So, yeah, next year they want us to qualify for the Euro Cup. Of course, we can do that if we win the Europa League. We'll qualify for the Champions League. We've done that before, so that's a possibility. Let's just have a better league season. Can we just do that? We're obviously going to accept that one. Right, team meeting. Everyone's at least happy. And next year we're going to qualify for the Euro Cup. I expect you to do it, please. I want to reach the last stages of the Euro Cup as well. They're fine with that. Promises. I hate doing promises. We'll do some promises. I've told them we're going to do younger players. They always love that. And to be fair, we generally do. I think it's enough for now. They're all encouraged. And they were well done. We've survived that one. All about survival today. Right, this is what we were waiting for. The last thing to wait for. Board have set initial budgets. 2.2 million in the wage budget. That's gone up quite a lot. That's quite good. And 69.82 million to spend. So yeah, that's not too bad. I have actually also signed a player already, but that's you're not gonna find out about that one till next time. It's a reason for you to subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you leave a like on this one as well if you're thankful that we managed to win Euro Cup 2 and thus have managed to keep our job. That's the closest it's been at any point in the save, and hopefully that will be the only time that our job is in any real danger. We will be back next time. Some improvements needed to the squad, that is for sure, and let's just hope that the luck is a little bit better for us next season. If we can just be a bit more clinical and get rid of Ethan Ampadu, then I think hopefully things should be at least a bit better. But there we are then. That is going to be that for the season, but thankfully not the save. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.